Wait, hold up.
What? That's how we start it always. Welcome to the Musketeers.
Hello.
How's it
I'm
going?
Gabe.
I'm Jay.
And I'm Ash. And today we
And
have a special
we
guest.
have a special guest, and we're introducing Adam.
Hi, I am. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
he is my favorite drag queen friend, and he's one of my best friends.
I'm
I
your
call him
only
my
drag
dad.
queen friend.
Yes.
Ha.
I've been by
He's a-
default.
And
Yes,
we wanted to do an interview for the ending of Pride Month because we haven't done anything Pride related, or I don't think released a video this month. So we just wanted to
We haven't released a video in the last 2 months, actually.
We get it, you're homophobes.
Sure.
Anyways,
Sure.
I also call him my dad as well from time to time because he's definitely that type of person. He's like a dad.
You're the only person to ever say that, but I'm not mad about it, so.
Well, anyways, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself at first?
Well, I'm from Scotland, which means that approximately outside it is a lovely shade of deep grey. I am a drag person. I am a drag fan above anything, but I do dabble in the drag arts quite heavily. I am maybe the gayest person in any given room.
Hey.
Okay, I have no doubt about that, honestly.
I'm wearing a crop top right now with a pink T-Rex on it that's bedazzled with gemstones and says prehistoric beauty.
Okay.
You know
definitely got
what?
me
Yes. Yes, he definitely is the gayest person.
I win.
My pink T-shirt
He
with
wins,
a
he
dinosaur
wins.
on it. It says I'm Rexy and I know it, but his totally tops mine.
Mine's is rather great.
Okay.
This is a great, perfect way to start out. Just
Yes.
who's the gayest person in the room? Not me.
No.
I wish I was, but not me.
However, otherwise about me, I am an illustrator. I am heterophobic. And I am here to answer and illustrate any questions you may have about such a beautiful lady as myself.
Specifically points at Ash.
Oh no.
Wait, what do you mean? I have Ash's questions right here.
Okay.
I have more.
I know. You should probably send those to me.
Okay,
You
fine.
two can split them up because even though I'll probably ask questions from time to time, how about you start off with the first question then?
Okay. Hey, Ash, do you want to ask that or should I?
Skip the first two. Because I highlighted
Why?
those. I highlighted those. Those were already answered earlier.
Oh, those were already answered. Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, but he didn't. But hold up. Actually, how long have you been a queen, man?
I am going on 9 months, so I am a rather baby queen. However, I make up in age for what I have in absolute complete love of the art form.
Huh. Do you have like an inspiration? Like anyone?
I have several, mostly queens in my local scene. There's several queens here in Edinburgh who are genuinely very, very amazing at what they do and inspire me massively. But on a maybe more well-known scale, I'm a huge fan of people like Divine. Who else? Nobody. I'm my own. No. Like,
I'm my own inspiration.
I like
That's
Thatcher, stuff
that's
like
me answer.
Basically, my goal is to look somewhere between a whore and trash.
Dude, that is like my ideal look.
I do that naturally.
I mean, I wish I could do that on a daily basis, but I just look a bit between grunge and trash. So, okay, well that was funny.
If you perform, do you have a stage name?
Well, I have only sort of by technicality performed on a stage once, but I am a fan of ye olde TikTok because of
Yes,
course I am.
we've all been there.
My stage name is Scarlet, all capital letters, just Scarlet, because I feel like there is
Aw.
something especially cunt about just your name being one name and everyone knows you for that name. And that is
He has nothing really out there. Nothing really out there like peppermint or I want to say Tootsie Roll because I've heard that name before somewhere.
Or
Well,
not just
my
then-
original
Monica.
drag name was Scarlet Fever and has been for many, many years since I first really got into drag. And then at the time that I was mulling over that name and getting into drag makeup, some other bitch called Scarlet Fever popped up. So
The next question is, how did you come up with the inspiration for Scarlet, the name?
well, I got Scarlet Fever when I was like 13 because apparently
Oh,
I
God.
grew up in the 18th fucking century. Um, I'm vaccinated, I promise, but I got Scarlet Fever. And then I remember while I had Scarlet Fever and I was in bed, I came across a Reddit thread that was like, what would a good stripper name be? And somebody said Scarlet Fever. And I was like, well, I'm going to steal that because I am a thief. So I then took that and ran with it. And then for like years and years, I was like, oh yeah, if I was a drag queen, I would be called Scarlet Fever. And then I just like put off learning makeup until like 9 months ago.
That brings up the question.
Which you are really good at.
That brings up the question you gave us earlier today, around 11, whatever. Why are you in 3 pounds of gray foundation?
Okay, well, interestingly enough, the look that's in my profile picture, which is what I was referring to, is I done it. I was doing a series for college. I wanted to do like 6 historical drag looks, but kind of put my own twist on them. And that was a queen from the 20s, I believe, called Harry S. Franklin. And there was like obviously there's a very visual style associated with the 20s, so I wanted to look more like a drawing of a drag queen from the 20s than Harry S. Franklin herself. So I was like, well, what's more draggier than like painting yourself in shades of black and white? And I didn't have body paint, so what I did is I took a grey eyeshadow, like a dark grey, almost black eyeshadow, and just scraped it into white foundation. So like, you know, that's drag, making nothing out of something.
But then it
I've
became
done
that.
Teach me your ways. I know nothing about makeup, and I'm trying so hard.
Oh, mine was literally. I think it does help that I am an illustrator, so they kind of give me a little bit of an edge. But I put off learning makeup for so long, and literally the entire thing is just like, just do it one day. Like when I first started, you should see my first drag look. Only 9 months ago, but girl, you wouldn't recognize her. I had a
Ooh.
hand-me-down foundation that was yellow tinted and like 3 shades too dark. I had 3 cream eyeshadows, which I didn't know how to work with, and I had a lipstick, and that was it. And I would love to say I made it work because I really didn't. And then I did that, and I loved it. And then
Aw.
I hit Superdrug like literally the next day, which is like a makeup store here. And like literally bought so much shit, and since then I have literally done nothing but spend all of my money on makeup.
Yeah,
It's
which
been
I know
almost-
about because you tell me about that.
Exactly. I mean, I'm literally one of those people where if I want something, I want it in every color, shade, like I want every variation of it. I want every eyeshadow palette, every lipstick.
Let's go shopping together for makeup, please.
I'll
Well,
show you
now
the way.
that kind of makes me think, like, if you are the type of queen that makes something out of nothing, right? How do you feel about other queens that decide to just buy something and put it together with something else they already have?
Well, I personally believe that's totally okay. It's the queens that don't acknowledge that that's what they're doing. So, for instance, like queens that buy olive, like, I don't sew, but I'm planning on learning. But most of my stuff that I wear comes from like charity shops and stuff because I'm broke. Like the queens that have always been able to afford to buy designs or even like buy themselves through learning to sew, like taking sewing classes and stuff. I'm like all good with that because I believe that any way you can do it, you should. It's the queens that don't acknowledge that that's what they came from. Like, you should be able to acknowledge your privilege in that sense that you might come across as more polished or more experienced because you've had the money to do that. Because, like for instance, like a $5 foundation doesn't shine a light to like a $40 foundation. And they have very different qualities and wares and stuff. So it's about what you can afford in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's Maybelline Revlon.
That brings up a story. This was a few years back. Well, more like middle school.
Gabe, did you put on makeup?
No. You know what exact story I'm gonna bring up.
I don't know what you're bringing up. Go on.
We had a recording of this.
Oh, okay, time to tell the story. Okay, guys, so listen up here. We went to Ash's house. And we did, and Gabe brought over. Wait, no, were we using Ash's camera or Gabe's camera?
Mine.
Oh, mine.
Yeah, I think it was Ash's, because I remember it being a gray camera.
It was gray and small. It was mine.
Yeah, so we were using Ash's camera. We're just like, hey, you know what we should do? We should film ourselves putting on makeup on each other. And so we did Ash and Gabe first. I was the last one. But when we were all done and we looked fabulous, just kidding, we looked horrible.
And
we tried to take off.
Regretted.
We tried to take off Gabe's makeup. He would not stay still, and then we dragged him to the bathroom. I sat him on the toilet. He tried to get out of the bathroom. He tried to run, but then I had to sit on him to get the makeup off.
Well, actually, we were trying to like completely wash our face after, like with face wash and stuff. He was not sitting down for that part.
Because during the video, I may have like messed up my face and put more stuff on it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's drag, honey. Let me tell you.
That's drag.
I've been asking Gabe if I ever visit if I can do his makeup, and I'm not sure what verdict he's come to yet on that.
Oh my god! If you ever come to visit, can you do my makeup too?
Yeah,
please.
You know what? Fuck it. Of course.
Once again, let's go shopping for makeup together.
I know, like, I don't necessarily have a gender, but, like, whenever I do makeup, I'm like, is this what it feels like to be a queen? Or even a king sometimes, just doing makeup like this.
Bro, once again, I'm genderless, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm also genderless,
giraffe.
so it really doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Wow, Gabriel, you have a gender. That's so boring.
Yeah.
So generic, Gabe.
Okay,
You gotta get with the function.
Wait,
Lose your damn gender.
Okay, Eugene.
How dare you, first of all?
Damn.
How dare you?
What's that? Hold up.
Oh, okay, so his persona is a lion. It used to be a koala, and it looked like the character Eugene from Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
Like him, they both happen to be greasers and both happen to be wearing a leather jacket, and that was as far as the comparison went.
That was as far as that went.
Hey, I like Eugene though, so.
Okay, for some reason Ash really hates Apollo, so
he sneezes on me.
He didn't sneeze on you, I swear. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
That's not one of his emoticons. That's not one of his emotes.
Well,
it does it for me.
Are you sure it was a sneeze?
Yes.
They do. They come up to you and they sneeze on you.
Wait, has that happened for you?
Yeah, I had it happen when I was playing Animal Crossing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Was like, hey, check out this. Achoo.
Achoo.
That's a remote.
Okay. Fine, I guess. They just like me more than you guys.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay.
We just got so off track. Okay, next question.
I feel like we answered this already,
Oh
but
wait, hold
our
up.
turn.
But no. I wanted to clear up first. By illustrator, you do mean a makeup artist, right?
No, I started in art. That's like where my original
Art?
creative energy came from. I
Ooh,
draw.
okay, artist talk.
Wait, Jay. He's the one who
What?
he's the one who colored in and lined my character profile pic that I have now.
That one?
Ooh.
Wait. Is he the one who sketched it?
No, Zero did.
Oh, okay. But Adam
But
did the coloring.
He did the lining and the coloring.
Oh, okay.
Indeed, I did.
See, I was wondering because like this looked way different before. And now Gabe is just changing his pictures every 3 weeks.
When has he ever done that on here?
All the time.
Anyway.
I mean, yeah, so I started in illustration, and that's kind of where a lot of my visual style and drag comes from as well, is that I always say that I find it boring looking like a woman. I want to look like an illustration of a woman.
Painting.
Because my original drag also came from me drawing my drag sona. I done like a series of like 6 different drag drawings in like a week last year, and then that's
Oh.
kind of what like gave me that boost to start doing drag. That was like one of the things, because I like basically like developed my whole makeup style through drawing it
There you go.
first, which is really helps give me that look that I look a bit 2D.
I could never.
I sent it to you, Jay. What he drawed, what of his character.
Anyway. So.
Wrong time. But okay. Ash, continue on.
Would you? Just like part of you.
What was that?
Rephrase it.
Like, okay, so you know how like most queens
No, just
have
re-ask
like
the question. You glitched out.
Yeah.
How would you hold on. Would you count your drag sona as an alter ego or as another part of you?
It's a little bit of both, if I'm honest. So for instance, when I'm in drag, I feel like beyond like it's like a complete sense of like power. Like in my mind when I'm in drag, I am like I'm the number one bitch that is gone. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Like
Love that flair.
exactly,
Why is
it's
that
very
me,
much
though?
a part of me, but it's also in a way an alter ego. And I know a lot of people lean a lot more into character, but it is very much me, just like an elevated me.
So you would call this more like, okay, I'm not going to say that it's like an act, but it's just who you are, and it just happens to be like just your character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, example. With him and his character Appraisal, when he's sometimes his character, it's a lot different.
Yeah, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Like, also, Jay, I sent you what his character looks like and stuff.
You already said this, man.
Okay, continuing on with questions now. Just sidetrack.
This one actually interests me, but let me ask this. Are there any stereotypes that are currently going around about drag that you feel shouldn't really be stereotypes?
Yeah, of course. So there's an idea, particularly from TERFs, that drag is like misogynistic,
Oof.
or like drag is misogynistic, or it's making fun of women, or like it's like making fun of what the experience of a woman is, which isn't true. Of course, there are people who have done drag in ways that is misogynistic. That's undeniable. But drag itself is not misogynistic. Drag is almost like in the way that I do it, at least, it's very much the reverse of misogyny. It's an appreciation of at least the classical idea of what femininity is. Of course, that's not what femininity is for everyone, but it's sort of like that classic on paper idea of femininity. There's also another facet where people think drag is transphobic, which I find quite curious because I know a lot of trans people who do drag, but I can understand where it comes from. They think it's like obviously, again, there is drag that is transphobic. There have been people who've been transphobic through the means of drag. But there's this idea that because it's like they think it's sort of like mocking like transition and stuff, but that's mostly younger people who aren't quite aware of what drag is yet. I can't blame them for feeling like that. It's quite a heavy answer.
Younger people. Hold up, how old are you?
I am 19.
Okay, don't worry, fine.
Yeah.
Why?
I was just making sure.
Oh, okay.
He's in college, Jay.
Okay. I'm still the youngest one here.
Yes, you are.
But anyway, a lot of those I can't really see actually being true because it kind of seems pretty ridiculous now that if you think about it.
Uh-huh.
But that's just my viewpoint. I guess I'm not that serious about it.
Then
there is a lot of bad ideas, both from in and out of the drag community about drag, but I think it's mostly a process of realizing that, like, at least in Edinburgh, the majority of drag performers are like trans or women. Like, Edinburgh has a massive female drag scene, within our drag scene, which is something that I also see people being like, oh, well, women can't be drag queens, and it's like, why? Why would you
hold up. We got drag kings out here, and those boys be popping, please.
Oh, the drag kings in Edinburgh as well. I will give them their full credit. I can't even put into words how much credit they deserve. But it's also like women can be drag queens because drag isn't about being a woman. It's almost in a sense partly mocking the idea of what a woman should be. Like, you know, there's this idea societally that women should be like well behaved and beautiful and wear makeup, and it's like drag is basically taking the piss out of that, and it's even better done by AFAB queens because they literally firsthand know that experience.
We take what you think women should be, and then we put that idea to use, and then we turn it into something beautiful. So fuck you.
Exactly.
I guess I should go next then. The question that I have is, how and when did you first get introduced to drag? Like, what first influenced you?
Okay. I grew up in like a quite a liberal household. My parents are both like very liberal people, very much
Liberals.
open-minded, awesome people. So I've always been quite acutely aware of drag, and obviously I grew up in Britain where it's always been kind of a talking point on the TV in a lot of ways. Maybe not in the best ways, but it's always been about. But I really started paying attention to drag when I was 13, 14. And I started, so basically when I was like 13, 14, my brother came out as trans, and was like, fuck this, I'm getting rid of all of my female clothing because I'm a guy now. Because, yeah, exactly. But instead of throwing them out, I kind of just stole all of them. So I've got a series of photos between about 13 and 15, wearing my brother's old clothing in this black wig that I still have, and like just being like fabulous, and I was like young, so I was still kind of quite androgynous, so I would like literally put on mascara and lipstick and be like, I am a woman, like, and then that sort of spiraled into getting interested in drag, and then at about, I want to say 16, 17, I watched Drag Race for the first time.
RuPaul. Okay.
As much as I dislike Drag Race now, I do have to credit it for the fact that it got me and many other people invested in drag. RuPaul uses drag in a way that is rather misogynistic and not very healthy for the community as a whole, but you do have to admit of how many people he got into that, so they can now understand that the show's not great. And now I much prefer the show Dragula, which is like a horror version of Drag Race. And it is amazing, it is perfect, it is way better than Drag Race.
I never actually understood the controversy of like RuPaul and the Drag Race show. I never really understood that.
Well,
I still don't get it.
Rather transphobic.
Oh, okay.
Have made like, for instance, like a famous quote of RuPaul's, as he said, like, the only difference between a drag queen and a trans person is $25,000 and a good surgeon, which is like so not true. Like, so beyond not true, not even in the same realm as each other. And then he's also like, obviously there's a lot of like misogynistic viewpoints on the show and stuff, like, oh, if you're a drag queen, you must always wear a heel, you must always be wearing like, you know, you must always have a wig, you must always be wearing like feminine clothing. Like, obviously there's been many queens that have been criticized on Drag Race for wearing trousers, because apparently drag queens don't wear trousers.
That's weird.
It's ridiculous, and it's all built up on like these misogynistic viewpoints of what a woman should and shouldn't be, which is like what drag should be fighting against.
We have a liberal on our side, and it's beautiful.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, now that makes me wonder, where do you want to see the drag community going in like the next 5 years?
I think there should be a real effort to, because obviously the issue with mainstream is it's kind of fractured the community in certain ways, like on a larger level. A lot of the scenes are still very homogenous, but I think in the next 5 years there should be more of an idea that we're a community in it together, and we need to be able to work together to, so for instance, like, there should be more drag unions, because, like, for instance, there's a lot of showrunners who think they cannot pay queens or pay certain queens less. So there needs to be more coming together as a community to make drag a better space for everyone involved. And a lot more acceptance of female queens, trans queens, kings in general don't get enough sense, drag monsters, all of that. There needs to be less of a focus on these very beautiful, like, cute queens. Part of what I love about Edinburgh is very art punk in their drag scene. Our drag scene, we have 3 predominant shows weekly, and all 3 of them are in basements. Like, so we're like very punky over here. But there should be more of that, like coming together as a scene to be able to know that our styles have differences, but to work together for the greater good. Because really our issue is showrunners and stuff who don't want to give us our sense.
Okay.
Quite a heavy answer, quite a loaded answer.
Very loaded.
Very loaded, but very much needed.
Yeah.
Next question. Anyone?
Okay, so I know that like we kind of covered it, but like, what's your genuine opinion about drag kings?
Okay, well, to me, drag kings they are like just ridiculously amazing. They need to pull twice as much weight as a drag queen, because a lot of people don't see it as a valid form of drag, which is ridiculous to me. For instance, last December I went to a show that was All Kings, and it is literally one of the best drag shows I've ever been to, because they have so much passion for what they do, because they've been told so many times, oh, well, kings just aren't as interesting as queens. Like, one of the things
Ouch.
is, oh, well, kings don't have to wear as much makeup or wear as many outfits, and it's like, yes, they do, if not more. Like, there's so much more as well, like, to me anyway. Like, people are like, oh, well, they don't have to pad. Every king that I know literally duct tapes every female queen that I know literally duct tapes their tits under their armpits. Like, that shit.
They don't pad, they take down.
Yeah,
well,
they
technically
take
speaking, if they wanted to be a bit more realistic, wouldn't they need to pad down there?
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, like, you know, they claim.
I think it's called packing.
They claim it's not as much work as a drag queen, but that is like so ridiculous.
Like, I'm sorry,
I
the kings
unintentionally.
don't have anything to tuck back in. We just have to hide all of our shit.
So like I unintentionally watched a video on, well, ironically, TikTok, of like this drag convention, and I saw like 1 and 2 kings featured in it. I'm just like, wait, who are these people? And can I have their number because I want to talk to them about what they are doing?
It's like Landon Cider, who won the last season of Dragula. One of his looks was a leather daddy werewolf. And I have never been so sexually confused in my... Because it's everything I love. But deep down I was like, well, I like felt almost wrong about it, which is the worst way to think about it. Because, you know, like, why would I? But I just went onto Google and that's the first thing that comes up when I write Landon Cider because I've Googled it so many times. But like...
Sexually confused. It's like, am I gay? I might be pan.
I've seen a lot of people now, like, I saw an issue where it was a lot of people being like, oh, well, like, what's the word, like, oh, well, you know, I shouldn't be attracted to it because it's a woman, and it's like, well, no, because, you know, you're gay, not blind.
I'm gay, not blind.
And that's like what's so important is like I always remember that now when I get attracted to a king, I just let it happen because, you know, like, of course they're like putting on masculinity, and I find like exaggerated masculinity very attractive. So like, of course I'm gonna be attracted to it. Like, there's no
Get off my back, they're sexy. That's like the best descriptor of it.
But yeah, we have some amazing kings and queens and in-betweens here. Like, our scene is so ridiculously diverse in Edinburgh that it's like, you literally will see something every single night that you go out to a drag show. You'll see something completely different because there is so much happening.
Invite me, please.
And I think that is such an exciting energy to exist within because it almost encourages you to do more because you're like, well, they're all so passionate. Like, I want to be just as passionate as they are.
And also, first off, Jay, no, it's me he's taking because I'm his son.
What?
Okay, so like, who said that he can't also invite us?
Yeah.
Who said that we can't just sneak on board?
No. This is payback for me saying that he's not invited to my theater before.
Yeah. I get to go to Scotland to meet him.
Yeah. Like, if I were to visit any place in the world, it would definitely be either Australia or Scotland.
Scotland's amazing. I mean, I know it's easy for me to say because I live here.
No, that's like saying it's easy for us to say we love Florida because we live here. No, I want to leave.
I want to leave Florida too.
I want to leave.
Yeah, you want to go see that guy in Arizona.
They're non-binary. Get it right.
They have no gender, unlike you.
They have no. Yeah, dude.
Stop hitting on me.
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost at the end of our time. We can about do 2 more questions.
Oh, damn, really?
Oh, seriously? Oh, God. Okay. Wait. Okay.
We can do a second part with the other one.
What other one?
Tarot.
Sure, why not? Yeah. Get it right.
That's how he calls it.
I believe that I be.
Tarot.
Yeah, get it right, Gabe.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's a learning experience.
Okay.
No, not if you're dumb like Gabe.
I'm so confused.
Okay.
We've only been in this call for like at most 40 minutes, if I'm rounding. But like we said, we were gonna do an hour-long video.
Yeah,
Okay,
well, I guess we
so
didn't. I guess we didn't get to the hour long. I guess this was just a really nice, simple episode.
yeah.
But last question here is, any advice for anyone looking to become a king or a queen?
Oh, well, literally just start. Like, it is scary. You're gonna be like, I don't know what I'm doing. But, like, the first time I done makeup, I stood in front of my bathroom mirror for 3 hours, having no clue what I was doing. So worried to get it wrong for whatever reason, because there was no reason. It kept me from doing it for so long that I was worried about getting it wrong, which is ridiculous, because, of course, it wasn't going to be perfect. I'd never done it before. But then it turned out better than I thought it would, and I was so happy about it, even though it looked terrible by, like, now standards. But it's literally just, like, start, and also look around. I mean, getting involved in your local scene's a great start if you can, like just showing up to shows, meeting people, but also like watching how people do their makeup is also amazing. Like, you don't need to copy a queen, but like going, oh, I like how she does her eyebrows. I'm gonna try that next time I do makeup. Is really, really useful, and it's literally how I've learned just about everything. Is seeing somebody do something, loving how they do it, and going, right, I'm gonna try that.
There you have it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
what
that
I'm
was
doing is fine.
So what you're saying is, I'm never going to succeed at makeup ever in my life.
No,
That is
No,
not
no,
the
true.
takeaway here.
that's what I'm saying because I
That's
cannot.
not the takeaway.
My
Makeup is all practice. It's very easy. I've had people be like, "Oh, you're so talented," and it's like, I'm not. I put a lot of time in. Like my last makeup look I did, I painted my entire self down to my mid torso neon red, and it took me nearly
Yeah.
6 hours.
Yeah, which
So
I
people
saw
going,
that and I was like, why? And
people
then
Why?
being like, "Oh, it's just talent," is like totally diminutive of like what makeup is.
but
And
but
like what
then
drag is, because it's like it's a time commitment, but that's how you learn.
but then there was Hez, colorblind, seeing only brown.
Oh, yeah, I done a full red makeup look, and his, who's colorblind and only sees brown, it looked like I was doing something very cancelable.
Oh, okay,
And I
okay.
was like, never mind, I'm never posting makeup again.
Okay. Ash, shall you finish? Shall you say what you normally say?
Wait, no, we didn't even do like closing statements.
Yeah.
You're just going straight to like.
Anything
You're
you
going
need.
straight to outro. Like, let's
Yeah.
have a closing statement, my guy.
Is there
What do you mean closing
is
statement?
there anything you would like to say?
Thank you for coming on to our little YouTube channel that's very
Well,
small, but you know what? Your presence is appreciated.
Not a problem. I mean, I was all you could afford, but.
Wow, you
You're
make it
easy
sound
to
like
get.
I do.
I can pay you $1. Correction, I
No,
can
you
pay you a
can't.
20. I have one right. Do you have Cash App? I can.
Take my money through the phone.
I would never demand payment for getting to show my absolutely beautiful face and voice and personality all over the internet.
Aw.
No, but
People getting to see my presence is payment enough.
exactly. Um, no, I had a very good time. This was very fun. Y'all are doing something very cool here that I do appreciate the energy of.
Aw. Well, you're
Yay!
welcome.
Appreciation. I finally got it.
What do you mean I
Validation.
gave you appreciation yesterday?
I had to demand it.
I gave you the validation you never got from your parents.
I mean, he's not lying.
Oh no.
Oh no, I got very sad very quickly.
God.
Cut the camera.
Stop! End it right now! End it, please.
Ash, please say your final things.
Ashton.
So guys, as you heard, do whatever you want to do that makes you happy. If you feel like doing it, go ahead. But remember to stay safe. Wash your hands because there's pandemic, and I swear to God, if you guys don't wash your hands, I will find you and force you to wash your hands. And please drink water because hydration is important.
And use protection.
Use protection. Hey! I'm sorry. I must say this real quick. Okay, there are 3 ways of avoiding, pregnancy. I'm just saying. So it's like, here are the percentages: condoms, 99%; pills, 99%; being gay, 100% safe.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Not safe
Gab.
enough STD or STI though.
We're spiraling out of control.
I'm Gab.
I'm
I'm
Ash.
Jay.
And with our
Yep.
special guest, Adam.
Yes, me.
Okay, and here we go. And to you,
A Musketeer
Musketeer
salute.
salute.
Peace out, guys.
see ya.
Bye.